Hey YouTube, Patricia here on Vice Fitness with a couple of dumbbells. You get a complete workout with very little equipment with dumbbells and things like that. What I want to talk about today is muscles and how to work them best so you don't overdo any muscles, because I hear some people saying, oh, I did upper body today and tomorrow I'm doing shoulders, or different things like that. I did bench press yesterday, tomorrow I'm going to do shoulders. And to me, that's a bit extreme, because certain muscles work with other muscles and you have to give them a break, right? If you're doing bench press or push-ups, you're making this motion, right? So you're working the chest, obviously, but you're also working those shoulders, especially the front head, and the back of your arms, the triceps, right? So it doesn't make sense to then do arms the next day or do shoulders the next day, because then you're overdoing those muscles, perhaps, right? Might be better to, it depends on how hard you worked and everything, that kind of thing, right? But it might be better to then rest the shoulders and the arms the next day, right? And do muscles that didn't work with that. So if you did bench press one day, you can do the upper back the next day, because that's not working, that's stretching, right? So you can do like rows the next day, okay? So say you do rows and lat pull downs and things for the upper back one day. The next day, would you do shoulders or arms? I don't think that's a good idea either, because when you do a row, you're also using your bicep. So if you do arms the next day, you might be overworking those biceps, not allowing them to rest completely, right? That's why splitting routines is really important. Now, if you're only doing 3 workouts a week, we don't recommend that you split the routines, okay? You can do a full body Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? That's fine, right? But if you're working out 4 more days, you do have to split things up, because it's going to be back to back. And if you're working the muscles significantly with weights, you need to let them recoup a little, right? At least a day before you work them again, because otherwise you could have tears, injuries, overuse injuries, a lot of different issues, or they might not be able to work very well because they're tired and fatigued and they're repairing. So you can do upper body and lower body. That's one good way to do it. Okay. You can do front and back, like I say, right? Because the chest is the opposite from the back muscles, right? So in theory, you could do those back to back, but you do have to think about the shoulders, right? When you're doing lat pull down or rows, you're working your rear shoulders. There's 3 heads to the shoulders. There's the rear, there's the lateral, and there's the front. Okay. I like to work the front and the lateral together, because they often work together anyway, and things like overhead press. But the rear, I often work on the days I'm working my upper back with rows and lat pull downs and pull ups and things of that nature. Okay. And that's the day I work my biceps as well. Now legs, people don't tend to usually go with upper or front and back of the legs. They usually work all legs, okay? Because it's really hard to do it otherwise. You can't do a squat without engaging all the muscles. All right, when you do a squat or a deadlift, you're probably working, your glutes heavily, but also your quads and your hamstrings are going to work in unison with them. So you really can't isolate them, unless you're only doing like leg extensions one day and then leg curls the next day, if you really want to get that deep into splitting it up. But you got to think about what muscles you're working, as well as not only the primary muscle, but those secondary muscles, so you don't hurt yourself. Okay, just a little more there, the better off you are. So think about that, and when you schedule your workouts, if you have any questions, certainly leave us a comment below. We'll be glad to help you. Okay. All right. So you got to take care of your muscles. You got to work them, but you also got to let them recover, so you don't have overuse injuries. You don't have tears and things of that nature, okay? So it's important to work smartly as well as hard, okay? Now, body weight exercises, in theory, if you're not, sore from doing weights or something, you can do every day. So pull-ups and push-ups, you could do every day if that's all you were doing, right? But if I did a really heavy bench press or flies one day, I may not want to do any push-ups the next day. I may want to let those muscles recoup, right? So another thing to consider, okay? All right, but work smartly and work strong and take good care of yourself, all right? And check out these other videos for some exercises now. Thanks. Do subscribe too, right? Don't forget to subscribe, leave me that thumbs up, ring the bell, and all that.